In the summer of 2023, southern France faced a devastating wildfire that swept through several regions, marking one of the most catastrophic environmental disasters in recent history. The inferno, fueled by extreme drought conditions and exacerbated by high temperatures, led to widespread destruction, prompting officials to label it an unprecedented catastrophe. The wildfire broke out in mid-July, rapidly spreading through dry forests and rural areas in the Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur region, a popular tourist destination. Firefighting crews, supported by aerial firefighting units, worked tirelessly to combat the flames and protect vulnerable communities. Despite their efforts, the wildfire claimed thousands of acres of land and led to the evacuation of thousands of residents and tourists alike. The scale of the devastation was staggering. Entire towns were forced to evacuate as flames engulfed homes, farmland, and critical infrastructure. Local authorities reported significant property damage, with many families losing their homes and possessions. The impact on wildlife and the ecosystem was severe, leading to concerns about long-term environmental consequences in the affected areas. Government response to the crisis was swift, as officials declared a state of emergency to mobilize additional resources for firefighting efforts. President Emmanuel Macron visited the region, pledging support for victims and promising immediate aid to affected communities. The national government coordinated with local agencies, the military, and international partners to deploy additional firefighting units and resources to combat the flames. In the aftermath of the wildfire, survivors recounted harrowing stories of escape and loss. Many residents expressed gratitude for the efforts of firefighters and emergency services, who worked under dangerous conditions to save lives. However, the emotional and physical scars left by the disaster were profound, as entire communities grappled with the devastation and its aftermath. The wildfire also reignited discussions about climate change and its role in increasing the frequency and intensity of such disasters. Environmental experts pointed to the extended dry spells and rising temperatures as factors contributing to the severity of the situation. Advocacy groups urged governments to take decisive action towards climate resilience, focusing on sustainable land management practices and disaster preparedness strategies. International outrage followed as the world viewed the unfolding tragedy. Climate activists emphasized that events like these were not isolated incidents, but rather symptomatic of a larger global crisis. Calls for action at the international level intensified, with discussions surrounding climate agreements and collaborative efforts to combat the effects of climate change. As recovery efforts continued, local governments and organizations